Elevator Action is an awesome game. It's also an awesome name because it sounds dirty. It's also a name that feels like it should be sung. Elevator Action! I mean, if that wasn't the marketing campaign, someone should have been fired. Anyway, the important thing is, it's an awesome game. One of the best arcade games, even better on the Game Boy. Which, I guess that leaves this one somewhere in the middle. It's Elevator Action for the NES. All right, we're done with the jingles. So obviously, we're dealing with a classic game here, but to be honest, this version of Elevator Action is kind of like the odd man out, you know? I mean, the arcade original was just legendary, and along with games like Burger Time, it actually got an even better version on the Game Boy. But as for the NES version, well, like a lot of arcade games, the NES version ended up being okay, just okay. Far from bad, but even further from what they'd be on the Game Boy. And that's sort of where this one sits. You know, Elevator Action plays just fine on the NES, and it's as faithful to the arcade classic as it can be. But still, this is one of the game's least versions. Of course, even so, it's still Elevator Action, which means it's still awesome. You play as a secret agent, codenamed Otto, tasked with stealing sensitive documents. Whether or not you drive a bus for cover is most likely a classified matter. Nonetheless, you arrive via zipline, cause you're named Otto, and you proceed to make the loudest f***ing heist possible. You shoot everyone you see, you smash light fixtures, and you don't crawl through vents or break into the security system. No, you take the elevator. I'm surprised you didn't stop and ask the secretary for her number, Sterling Archer, but it gets even worse from there, because you finally come out of the shaft, phrasing, and then you just drive away. I mean, you're either the greatest secret agent ever, or you're the worst secret agent ever! Anyway, the gameplay's pretty straightforward. It's got that classic arcade simplicity. You make your way down the building, you stop at the red doors to steal the documents, which are really poorly hidden, by the way. Like, oh, let's paint the doors where we hide the secret documents. That'll throw them off the scent. Fucking hell, everyone in this game sucks at their job. Either that or Otto had someone on the inside paint the doors for him. And again, judging by his other methods, that seems highly unlikely. Look, this game's awesome. There's no two ways about it. But if you're looking for a good retro version to play, seriously, go with the Game Boy. That one's got better graphics and some really cool additions. New level layouts, new weapons, health. It's like, how much better could Elevator Action get? And the answer is Elevator Action for the Game Boy. This is just Elevator Action for the NES. Still an awesome game, with an incredibly awesome cover. It's still worth having in your collection, just because it's Elevator Action. But be aware that better versions exist, okay? Don't be like Otto, who doesn't seem to be aware of anything. Either that or he's aware of everything. Wonder if he knows Christopher from Salem, Oregon, is the one who sent us this thing. Hey, thanks, Christopher! No matter what the platform, Elevator Action is an all-time classic.